Hi there, I'm Laura Kerbey and I am the founder of Positive Autism Support and Training, and I work with lots of families and lots of children, some with an autism diagnosis, some without. I also work with lots of young people, children with pathological demand avoidance, which is PDA. So I was thinking about what would be my top tip to give a parent who's had a child who really struggles with anxiety. And I think that this is one of the analogies that I show in my training that always I think is very, very helpful. So this bucket on the left here is a neurotypical anxiety bucket, or a bucket of a person, an individual that's very good at managing their anxiety. You can see it's got lots of holes in it, which means that as stress and anxiety sort of build up in the bucket throughout the day, the stress and anxiety can trickle away through those holes. A lot of the young people, though, that I work with don't have those holes in the bottom of their bucket. So their bucket looks like the one on the right. And then the other thing that we can't see in their bucket is the fact that the bucket's never really empty. So the baseline for anxiety for a lot of the young people that I work with, whether they're autistic or PDA, is just much, much higher, which means there's less room for tolerance in the bucket. And I think that explains why a lot of the children that I work with come home from school where they've been fine at school all day and then they just explode when they get home. And it's because they've been keeping the bucket just about at full. And then when they get home where they feel safe, mum or dad or someone else asks or tells them to do something or reminds them about homework, and then they just explode because there's no room left in the bucket. So what I think really good little tip is for us as parents to be thinking about is, what can I do that puts a hole in my child's bucket? So that could be something that could be going on the iPad, it could be watching TV, just chilling out for a little bit after school, could be going for a walk, could be bouncing on the trampoline when they get home. And then we also need to think about, what can I do to reduce the input into the bucket? So how can I cut down on demands? How can I cut down on sensory input? What can I do to reduce the anxiety to stop that bucket filling up? So basically, I know it's easier than it sounds, but if we can increase output and decrease input, then we can minimize the chances of our children's bucket filling up, and then obviously the meltdowns, shutdowns that result from that. So that was my top tip, and here's a little bit of information if you want to get hold of me. And this is my website, this is my email address, and I've also got a Facebook page, and I put lots and lots of information on there as well. So I hope you find that useful. Thank you very much.